Hello and welcome to the final round of the Georgia Flying Disc Festival, the 2018 edition. I am your host, Matt Dollar. I was also the tournament director for this event. And today we're going to be playing at North Georgia Canopy Tours, and we'll be playing a 6-hole finals layout for the top 4 Pro Open players. So today it will be myself at 24 under par leading the way. World champion David Feldberg is 2 strokes back. Matt Versola is in 3rd place, 5 behind me and 3 behind Dave. And Cody Britton in 4th.
Myself leading off at 118 total. Dave Feldberg at 120 total. MTV in 3rd place at 123. And Cody Britton at 125. So we're playing 6 holes.
Good seeing, guys.
6 holes, hole C, the back is to move back a little bit, and the only other hole we're playing that'll be a little different than the rounds is hole 15, playing from the long tee, and we're playing to hole 3's basket. So the OB line is still in play here. Once you get across the creek, you know, anything creek and beyond left of that ever at any point is out of bounds. So
What about the road when you're going over on?
it plays just like it does on hole 5. It's just a river.
Okay.
Keep it in the grass.
And then after that, we'll go to hole 4, then A, B, and then hole 5 to finish. So no, you don't have to walk any of the big hills.
Perfect.
There's some sun out there, but you know, play for the shade. All right, I'm gonna lead it off. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Where's my boys?
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, sir. Good luck.
This is the fist pump.
We're going to fist
pump.
I did both of you, so.
Alright, there's the spiel, and here we are on hole C, the first of our 6-hole finals layout. Coming in about 320 feet. We did push the basket back about 20 feet, but it was a short 320 to begin with, so now it's just probably about a fair to long 320. I'm going to go with that Beat Wrath. Looks like I probably needed something with a little more late stability. I did play the safe side. I kept it to the right of the trees and the telephone pole, just to make sure I'd have some kind of putt at the 3. 2. Some kind of putt for 2. Definitely want the 2. Dave's also thrown a good shot. His dead hyzer out a little too much at the end. I feel like the hardest part of this pin location is getting your disc to not be finishing to the right or to the left at the end of the shot. It requires a very straight shot, but because of the line it puts you on, once your disc fades out, it's hard to park it. Really needs to be a straight laser line shot, or you go big forehand. That's crazy. Versola actually missed to the right of the pin.
Shot.
I kind of thought it would be hard to get far enough right if you get around those trees, but he kind of went over the big cedars instead of going around them. So I guess this is a reasonably tough sidearm shot because Versola is one of the best sidearmers we have in Georgia. There's Cody Britton. He is going to take that straight laser line. He's going to get a little lucky popping through that tree. He'll call for a horseshoe, and he'll be right there for an easy birdie. I'm not going to convert on my long birdie try here on hole C. Looks like I was just outside the circle, and Matt Versola appears to be just outside the circle as well, probably about 40 feet. Alright, Dave's got a chance to bring the lead to 1. Oh, Dave is definitely not happy about that one. I feel like if this had happened at the end of the round, he definitely would have made that one up. But as it is, the lead will stay 2. Cody will be the only one to grab the birdie. Matt Versola makes a nice comeback putt. It's going to be 1 birdie and 3 pars here on hole C. Not exactly what you'd like to see from the lead card, but for me, I was just happy not to give up a stroke this early in the finals. Shout out to my caddy Ben Gerhardt there. Ben also is one of the main helpers with the TD work during my events. He is a math whiz and always there to help with the numbers. Thanks, Ben. Alright, like I said, Cody snags the only birdie, brings him within 1 shot of 3rd place. And here we are on hole 15. This one probably comes in a little over 755. It didn't get that much longer by playing two hole 3's basket instead of hole 15's basket. Cody's got some fans out there if you hadn't noticed. Cody's from Cumming, Georgia, which is only about 30 minutes from here, and he definitely has a solid support group out there. I'm going to go Fireball Thumber, and take the big skip to try and get right in the middle. It's going to be the best result I had all weekend on this hole. I believe Dave's lining up a mace. He has thrown this shot incredibly well all weekend. I would expect him to throw it beautifully once again. He starts with that soft anhyzer, and it just slowly fades to the slight hyzer right into the sweet spot. Great shot from Dave. So none of us have ever played this tee pad using hole 15's fairway and then finishing at hole 3's basket. But it makes sense because we loop right to hole 4 for the next tee. It's actually a pretty cool hole. So you can see at the very end of this gap on your left here, at the top of that hill, that's hole 15's normal basket. Hole 3's basket is going to be about 300 feet to the left of that and a little bit shorter. But the creek will be in play tight to the basket on the left side. Cody's able to get one through that gap and get into the field, but he's going to be a little further left than he wants. It's going to make for probably a weird approach shot.
A little more left than I needed.
Dave's tee shot was so good, he's going to be able to really bite off a big chunk here. He released that one lower than he wanted for sure, but it's still out there in the middle. He'll still have a shot to get up and down. I'm going to go Octane.
Yeah.
That was the Neutron Octane there. Didn't have a lot of run up, so I was just trying to get it to pop up and ride fast and flat. So Versola's going to try to some kind of crazy trickery here. That must have been his D6. He carries like that really flippy D6 and does some really weird stuff with it sometimes. I'm not sure if he was trying to have that be a late landing forehand roller or if he was trying to get it way up in the sky and have it continue to push left. But either way, he'll be able to get up and down from par there, I do believe. Dave Feldberg wants nothing to do with the par. He is trying to get back in this game and tie back up with the lead. He's currently 2 strokes down, but that park job will put him at a birdie, and I'm going to have to match that if I don't want to lose a stroke here. Cody Britton takes the hyzer route. He took it as tight as he could. He's still going to push too far right and too far forward. That's going to leave him with about a 60-footer there. I'm going to go soft Neutron Envy. Out of my hand, I knew that one was a little further left than I wanted it to be, but at the same time, it looked like it was going to go in the basket, so I was just like, come on, Envy, go in the basket. As long as it didn't go out of bounds, I'm happy, so I will have a putt for my par. For my birdie, that is. Matt Versola throws a nice upshot, and he'll have a very short putt for par. Cody will not be able to convert, and he will also be looking at a par, so I need to make this putt here for my birdie and to keep a 2-stroke lead on Dave Feldberg. Force into a little bit of a straddle. Electron Envy goes in, maybe slightly left side, but that'll do. Versola makes the save, and now we've got Dave from about 6 feet for birdie. And that is an excellent tap-in birdie for Dave. So no movement in our race for first and second, and no movement in our race for third and fourth. So we'll be moving on to hole 4 next, and hole 4 is a great par 3. Kind of a bonus birdie, even though there's not too much in your way. It's just low enough and tight enough and just long enough to make it a tough hole. There's also a fast green right behind it, a little slope. I'm going Neutron Wrath. I like the line. It's just a little too high. Catches a couple leaves and sends it off to the left. That's not going to be a good look at the birdie. At this point, I know I'm just going to have to hold on and see if Dave can make a move and get one back here. Dave has thrown this hole excellent all weekend. After the first round, he got his distance dialed in on it, and this time he's just going to be slightly left, but he is pin high and will probably have a putt from about 20 to 25 feet for the birdie. It could be just outside the circle, but I think he's going to be inside. Cody's lining up with that heat once again. Started it out a little too flat. That disc is quite flippy. When he released it with hyzer.
Oh, and there's the horseshoe kick.
Cody celebrating the horseshoe kick. Once again, Cody is always the captain of the horseshoe crew. That is his disc golf team. Matt Versola looks to be lining up the forehand here. He's going to need to start it with some hyzer and have it flip to flat and just ride straight. He's released with a little too much hyzer. It's going to get him down there almost pin high. He'll have a putt from just outside the circle for his birdie. I was really surprised that we had this much of a gallery to follow us the whole time. Most of the people stayed kind of in the center where you can see 4 out of the 6 holes. But with it as hot as it was and being out here in the sun, I was really proud of all these guys for following us. And they're going to get paid off for it on the next hole. So I'm just going to pitch up here on hole number 4, settle for par, and just wait and see if Dave can make a putt to get one closer. In the meantime, for the love of the gallery, Cody Britton's going to nail home a birdie in the corner pocket there, converting on the horseshoe kick. And then Matt Versola is going to follow him up with a very nice birdie of his own, both from outside the circle. And then Dave's going to end up inside the circle, slightly obstructed uphill, but makes a solid putt. There was never really a doubt. And that birdie's going to get Dave within one of the lead. I'm going to blow the star frame here on hole number 4. Not very often you get a chance at the star frame on hole 4. Wish I could have gotten that one. So the lead is 1. I'm at 25. Dave at 24. Versola is 1 ahead of Cody. They're at 20 and 19. And we're at hole 8, 370 feet uphill into the field of black holes. So we've got, I don't know, 9 black hole macros over in this field area on the right. There's one right there. And then we've got the big black hole that is up at the top of the hole, the top of the fairway, and that is what we're aiming at. Dave threw a nice shot and will be putting for the birdie. Cody's going to take a great line here, see if he's got the distance to get all the way up there. He's going to fade off just a little bit left, but he's going to be pin high inside the circle. He might be obstructed, but not too bad. Third to tee is going to be Matt Versola in the beautiful pink Prodigy shirt. Matt's aunt actually was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and he was wearing the pink to show support for her this weekend. Matty V on the big hyzer.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, Matt. Oh, yeah, Matt. Go in. Get it.
Let's get a replay of that. This is Matt Versola just smashing a giant hyzer, playing at 420 feet to get 370. It was the absolute bomb. Great throw by Matt Versola. That one's going to end up making the Sports Center top 10. And I could not be happier for Matt Versola or for Fox Hills Disc Golf Productions, for those guys filming and producing and editing a shot that got on the ESPN Sports Center top 10. I'm going to go photo and try to back it up.
I'll be on ESPN calling.
2 times.
Follow it up. Follow it up.
Go in.
I guess you can tell from the crowd reaction that that one looked really good from back from the tee pad. It just didn't have the distance of Versola's to get in the hole. So left 3 guys putting for birdie, and we'll have Matt Versola just needing to run up there to clear out his ace. Looks like a D2 there in the basket. Give that black hole a hug. And very nice shot from Matty V. Super proud of that guy and super happy that he can make it on SportsCenter. One of, if not the biggest accomplishments in our game right now. And Dave Feldberg makes the no-nonsense birdie. Cody Britton, to the glee of his crowd, will make his obstructed birdie putt out of the shul for 2 birdies in a row. I'm going to make my birdie there. I will remain last on the tee pad because we had one better than a star frame. 2-2-1-2. That is amazing. The lead remains 1. Versola's climbed within 3 shots of second place. We've only got 2 holes left to play. We've got the downhill island hole, hole B, which we are currently on, and then we'll have hole 5 as our last hole. Just take a second to appreciate the beauty of North Georgia Canopy Tours. This property is so amazing. Versola's barely going to make it inside the circle there. He will be inbounds, putting for birdie. Now we've got Dave Feldberg. He's going to take it wider. I believe he's going with the triple X here. It's either the triple X or the Spark. I can never tell the difference between those 2 discs when he's throwing them. They're both like gold line plastic and kind of dark blue, purplish, gray, whatever. It's one of those 2 discs. Cody Britton, looks like he's going to line up with that Jawbreaker Zone again. I don't know, maybe not. It didn't look near as overstable this time, but this time he has parked it. Once again, his gallery will love it. Going to the Neutron Soft Envy. After losing my fireball on this hole in round 1, I went back to the putter.
Come on, baby. Come on. Get up.
There's a little ace of base pole hit. And we're gonna get. Hey, this might be my first slow-mo of the weekend. I start that Neutron Envy out all hyzer, and it just rides so nicely on a slightly moving right to left angle, holding that hyzer. Comes in, hits the base, somehow bounces back, and going to end up with about a 15-footer. But I will happily take it. So Matty V's drive ended up being a little closer than it looked like. He makes an easy birdie there. I'm going to go from Neutron Envy to Electron Envy and convert the all Envy birdie. Dave's just going to sign the dotted line here. Pretty much a formality for this bird. Yeah, I think we might have to do something different with holes A and B next year. They're just a little too easy for the lead card. We go one better than star frame on hole A, and we go star frame on hole B. Sometimes, though, you don't want to design your courses for just the guys who are going to do the very best.
The way you flew right to the tree, that was terrible. I've never seen that happen before.
Thanks for the tournament, buddy. Good playing, man.
Thanks, you too.
So you're going to see the zip liner shooting down behind the tee pad here when we get the catch cam angle. And that's what I was referencing is the zipline tour guide came down first. We had this huge windstorm pop up, and it's about to start raining. But we had this huge windstorm pop up, and he got blown slightly off course into a big tree branch. It was crazy. Never seen it happen before. He was totally fine, though. We laughed about it later. So hole 5, the par 4, our last hole. We're just trying to land it inbounds, and the further left you can be, the better. So I would say Versola's shot is a success, even though he wasn't necessarily trying to go right there. So let's see if Dave has decided to play this with, I don't know if he's going to try to get as far as he has been. He's been pushing that line just a little more than he wants. And if you throw it too far, oh yeah, look at his reaction. He did. He threw it too far, and he's going to be in that cedar tree. The big one on the far left you can see right here. So he was trying to set himself up for that good left side, and he's not going to have much of a shot. Cody goes a little too far left. There is a fat tailwind right here. Like I said, we had this huge wind gust come up, and it was all tailwind. I'm going neutron photon. I'm going to make sure I put it on an anhyzer, because it is going to come out. There's a zip liner shooting back there behind us. Ooh, catches a little bit of the bottom of the cedar tree, but slides on through. I gotta admit, before Dave crawled in here, I was thinking, okay, as long as I get it up and down for 4, like I don't even have to get up and down for my 3. As long as I play safe and get the 4, I should win this tournament. Unless Dave can somehow get up and down across the road to the right of the river. From here, I've got it in the bag, right? Dave Feldberg, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Feldberg. That shot was amazing. He was all up in that tree. I'm going to go with the Neutron Soft Envy as I have the other 2 rounds, and as I did the other 2 rounds, I'm going to come in just about 10 feet deep of having a good putt. I'm going to be like Circle's Edge, but no putt once again. So unless something crazy happens, we might be looking at a playoff here.
Yeah, dog! Woo! How did I feel about it?
Cody's just running this one. He was trying to throw it in. He went OB on the tee shot and just had to pitch out or whatever. So for him, there's nothing to lose. Might as well run at it. On the other hand, for me, lots to lose. So I'm just going to lay up there. And if Dave can make this short putt, we're looking at a playoff. So the standard playoff loop for every tournament I run at North Georgia Canopy Tours is hole 15. And then you move over and play hole 4. And then you play hole 5. So it's 3 holes. There's OB on all 3 holes. And one of the holes is a hard birdie. And then you got hole 5, which is pretty much always going to have a scary approach shot. So it'll just be a 3-hole loop. Sudden death, and you just loop them till it's over. So that is the end of the finals. However, we are going to have some extra golf here because we have 2 guys tied at 27 under par. So we'll be starting off on hole 15, and we are playing the standard hole 15. So, well, we're playing from the temporary tee pad that we played all weekend, but we're playing to the basket that we played during the real event. We will not be playing to hole 3's basket like we did in the finals. Feldberg's going to take that mace out. Oh, wow, he came in short this time, landed in the shoal, and jumped out. It will give him an angle to get through the gap. So a little bit of a break there for Dave. That wasn't the greatest thumber by me. It's going to leave me a little short of where I wanted as well. I'm going to go photon here on the second shot. Just try and get it into the field. I'm able to do so. So now Dave is just also going to try to get his into the field. He's turned it over a little. I believe he's going with the Ballista Pro there. Looks like he's going to get away with that one. Should still give him a pretty easy upshot. I go Neutron Soft Envy and I hyzer out a little too much. Might be obstructed, definitely inside the circle though. Here's Dave from about 260 feet. And he rifles one past the pin, slams a tree behind the basket and comes right back to it. So Dave is tapping in for the birdie here. I'm going to have to make this one to continue this playoff. It looks like I'm only about 20 feet. But the line is not good. Got this little thing right in between those trees kind of blocking the straight putt. So I'm going to try to straddle out to the left here. Now, normally I'm a very quick player, very quick putter. I'm going to take my time on this one. This is for all the marbles, so now I'm going to look up that middle gap again, but it's got that one little branch in the way, and I'd basically be putting through it. So it looks like we're going to go back to the straddle left and kind of swing it between my legs. Just over the rim with the Electron Envy.
Pick that up, or you want me to come up there?
Do what? Hell no, you coming up here, dog?
Dave asked me if I would pick him up, and I told him no, he had to come up there and climb that hill just like I did. So, not trying to have some gamesmanship there, just trying to make it fair. We're going to move on to hole number 4, 365 feet, the tight, low ceiling tunnel shot. Dave has finally not thrown a good shot on this one. He's turned it over just a little too much, and I know that if I can park this and get the birdie, then I can win this tournament. Really trying to zone in on this one. And I gave it just a little too much Anheuser. Gonna end up in a similar spot. Oh my goodness, almost made the huge putt. Dave had actually already laid up. We didn't get Dave's shot, so I had to make that one. And now I've rolled down here. I have to make this to continue the match. Another obstructed straddle, this time in a little bit of rain. Dave's going to have a similar putt for the 3, just won't be obstructed. It's just going to be a little uphill 15-footer. And that was a little scary for Dave. It kind of cut through the back. So we move on to hole 5, which will be our 3rd playoff hole. Now this time Dave makes sure he leaves it short of that tree and he throws it to the left to give him a good angle. This time I'm going to try to throw it further than I've thrown it this entire tournament on this hole because I keep throwing a bad upshot, so I want to make this easier. This time I really laid into the photon. And that's going to be about 50 feet further than my drive every other round on this hole. I actually went between these 2 trees in front of Dave and up past that. So it should give me a pretty short, straight up shot. Whereas Dave is throwing the blind spike hyzer here. And Dave's going to get really unlucky there. He landed that one. I mean, if he landed it a foot right, it wouldn't have happened, but he landed it plenty in bounds. He just took a bad bounce, bad hop, and a bad roll. So Dave's going to go OB there. And once they throw up that OB signal, I know if I get up and down, I'm going to win this tournament. So I'm a little deep right with the neutron once again. I got a little bit of a death putt, but this is for the win. Neutron Envy to Electron Envy for the birdie.
Yeah, dollar.
I'm going to jump in the creek, grab Dave's disc. Dave is going to show me lots of love here. Dave is a absolutely great competitor, and he's just a really good guy.
Didn't consider the...
You heard it from his mouth. He didn't consider the... Well, that was just a great battle. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who had anything to do with this event. Thank you so much to Fox Hills Productions for being there and capturing our SportsCenter moment and capturing my victory. Big shout out to MVP Disc Sports, our title sponsor. Thank you so much for all the support you give my events and you give me. Once again to Fox Hills, Disc Golf Productions, thanks to Jim Lupino. Also thanks to everyone who helped me run this event. I would not have been able to play as good as I did and win this event without all the help with scores and things like that. Big shout out to Carla Seward, my co-TD. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe to our channels.